Today we're going to be covering tips and tricks for beginners and intermediate players to help you guys be a little bit better, be a little bit more confident, also stop making the mistakes that are holding you back. But there is a new key tactic in this game that you could not do in Warzone 2 that's going to change the way you look at the game forever. If you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe today, and let's get into the gameplay. All right, here we are spectating him, the one, the myth, the legend himself, El Major de Todo. I don't know what that means, but I do know that Toto was in one of those movies from way back in the day with like Dorothy and shit. Was it Wizard of Oz? Got it. I'm not that old. But we're starting with him. We got YouTube Block Boy and we got Guap. These guys are playing together and they look like they're making their way to the buy station to get a loadie. All right, so we have our loadout and we need to be careful about this push because we already know they're gonna push. They got the bounty over there. We just got our loadout. So the enemy should definitely know we're on our way. Their threat level is getting higher and we just got our loadout. So if they're paying attention, they're probably getting positioning. And judging by the mini map, it looks like they're working their way from the gas station and those other buildings, probably towards this hill. Remember, it is trios, so despite the bounty marker being right here, his team could be separated. They could be looting this building. So as you're pushing, be very aware of your surroundings. Don't get too tunnel vision. Green looks like he's actually working his way into another fight. He's shooting right now. And I'm assuming he won. So now it's a 2v3 split. We've got Guap going down, and here we are. I don't like this right off the rip. We have no cover, no concealment. We're sitting perfectly up on here, and we have the red dot, but look at the mini map. Oh no, it's to the left. There's the bounty, right? It's hard to really identify where teams are. It really is. You can't just guess, oh, he's gonna be to my left, he's gonna be to my right, he's gonna be behind me. But because this dot, this ping is over here, it may be delayed, but I still wouldn't play games with this. But regardless, look at the cover difference, right? The enemy pops his head up. We can only see from here up. That makes our accuracy needing to be better than his when he can see our entire body. He can afford to miss some headshots and chest shots and shoot us in the wiener. We can't. We have to hit from here up, which isn't the most impossible thing. These guns don't have recoil, but there it is. Enemy wraps our left-hand side and we go down anyway. And again, you just got to be aware of everything around you. Also, don't ever forget, if you're playing duos, trios, or quads, or even solos, the guy you're fighting is not the only player on the map. So Block Boy's in a situation right now. The enemy team should definitely push the shit out of us. They should be doing all the math and counting the players they've killed, knowing that now it's a 2v/3v1. I say 2v1 because I only saw 2 players. But because they failed to push us, it doesn't look like they're going to get the kill. Now, Blue is going back towards the enemies to get his loot. And I like that idea. I get that idea. The reason why it's scary, though, is the fact that Green's not going that direction to help. If I'm Blue, I'm telling my squad mate, come help me get my shit. And then hopefully my squad member will come help me get my shit. Or if I'm Green and I see my teammate going there, guess what? I'm moving my ass to Blue. That way I can help him out. Because this is an easy way that Guap might get picked off again. Teamwork's a dream work, guys. If you watched the live stream from yesterday, we spectated so many games where players just didn't play together and they lost over and over and over again. And it's the weird, oh, weird. Look at that. Guap. I was about to say it's the weirdest thing because these players that are split are always dying. And weird, look at that. There's Guap going down too. Everyone always thinks that you need to have the best aim and accuracy and movement in order to be good at the game. And it definitely helps and it's definitely needed. And it's definitely a goal you should all be achieving. But in order to hit that first step, if you're playing a team-based game, utilize teamwork, utilize comms. When you die in situations like this, after the game's over, you should be like, what happened? Well, we got picked one at a time in this fight, so maybe next time we collapse a little bit better. Maybe Green doesn't fight that 1v1 by himself. Maybe we don't leave Green to fight that 1v1 by himself. Maybe when I land back in on my shit, you come and help my ass out. Things like that will help you and your squad become better players. And even if your squad is just dicking off, they don't want to listen, at least it'll help you become a better player. But once again, we have a loadout down. We have our teammate coming back as well, and we need to help him what? Get his loadout. So if we learn from the first mistake, maybe, just maybe, we can go over there and help our teammate get his shit. These players don't seem like they're bad players either. They're definitely better than what we spectated in the daytime lobbies. But just, again, simply not doing what needs to be done. Guys, if you're enjoying the Warzone tips, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe today. We'll be posting several videos a week, so make sure you guys stay up to date on them. And you can play the games perfectly and still lose for sure, but your win percentage will go up drastically. Today I played 5 games, won 2 out of 3. Day before that, we won 6 out of 10. And again, this isn't because of my skill, it's just because we're all a well-rounded team. We work together. And when we work together, we win together. Also, if you see the live streams, whenever we don't teamwork, I rage and scream at my team. I don't want to hear that, Savage, it's just a game. Bullshit, dude. It's life. I like that skin. I've never seen that skin before. Same situation though, teammate coming back. We have an enemy team on the train. Obviously, if I'm that team on the train with the UAV, I'm gonna push the squad. I don't know if the enemy team is gonna do that or not. And again, yellow needs to get his stuff. I don't like the fact that Guap and green are going to the oh, helicopter being chalked at us. This is an audible. This is an audible. Let's go back real quick and see that. The reason why I don't like this is because he's got to get his stuff. And because of the train's movement, we're probably barely going to make it to the train. Even if we sit there and take pop shots and get snipes and knocks, we're probably not going to get a kill from that. But when you see this coming in, that's a red flag. That's not supposed to be there. So I'd be looking up like, where are these guys at? Are they going to land on me? And are they good? Doesn't seem like anyone's really too concerned. Yellow seems like he's doing some 360s looking around. And look, one thing I want to talk about, guys, if you're using UAV towers, UAVs, and you just keep camping with those popped up, hence the guys on the train, why? So, I'm not trolling, kind of. Let me know in the comment section, why do you guys use UAVs and these UAV towers if you're just going to sit still? It doesn't make a damn sense. You're going to know where they're at, then it's going to go away, you're going to get scared again. It's like peace of mind for a couple seconds. I don't get it. Oh, it flip-flop lollipop. Dude. They were expecting to get the knock, and in turn, they got knocked themselves. But again, it's an unnecessary fight. I wouldn't take it in the begin with. I'd be more concerned about what the hell that chopper was. Maybe it's a glitch, who knows? But we need to start getting active. This is a spot where they're just like chasing anything that moves around them. Normally that's correct, but sometimes not so much. So the train, vehicles driving away from you, you don't want to focus on that. We're in oil. This is going to be a hotter spot. You're going to have teams here. We have multiple zips. We can rotate around and find fights. We can take zips, get in the air, look for tracers and hawk down people and third party them, or we can get bounties. There's a lot of things to do in this situation, and I feel like we're wasting a little bit of time. We do need money, so I'm not mad at the looting, but again, we should have been doing all that while yellow was coming back in instead of fighting the guys on the train. And I don't know where we're going now. Are we going back to the fucking train? What are we doing? Now this has loot in there, but I'll be honest, this is a nightmare to loot. When you're looking at time and things you need, this is going to be it's going to take a lot of time to loot, and you're not going to get a lot of shit. I'm more focused on looting the compounds over in oil, looting those buildings, and finding loot quickly. Not to mention, there's a buy station there. So you find stuff, you go to the buy, and you're instantly there. Maximize your time, maximize your effort, and make your life a lot easier in Call of Duty. But again, a little bit of split right now. We've got shots to our now in front of us. He hesitated way too much, guys. Look, you know, no great sniper is going to hit every shot. We'll have games where we're on one, but we'll have games where we're not. He had that lined up a few times. Take the shot. Take the shot. Trust your instinct. Take the shot. I think a lot of snipers overcomplicate situations and miss very easy kills. You can see right here too. He had that thing lined up with his head about 3 times. He should have just pulled the trigger. The only way you're going to get better reaction time and lining up the head is by practicing, taking the shots. All right, we're pushing in right now. I respect it. I'd like to see our team push in with us, which they are doing now. The enemies seem to be running away, hence the smoke grenades. Guys, if you're in the market for a new controller, make sure you guys check out AIM controllers today. Use code SAVAGE for a massive discount. But the benefit of AIM compared to other pro controller companies is the amazing digital paddles, the adaptive triggers. You can go from normal throw to actual digital, not like trigger stops, digital. Guys, AIM offers a lifetime warranty on all modded parts. Make sure you guys check them out today. Link will be in the description below. All right, good job on the enemy right there, just coming out of the doorway. Apparently this is a new skin, everyone's got it but me. All right, so right there, we assumed, the guy we were spectating assumed that the enemy ran into the building and he was the only one there. We knew there were multiple enemies. We knew there were at least 2. So the moment we started shooting at the first guy, we should have anticipated the building that dude ran out of, there was probably an enemy in there. Now, we didn't hear his footsteps. It is what it is. Also, I'm trying this new Rogue Energy product. It's not too bad. You guys tried it yet? Let me know what you think. I like it. I like it. Flavor on that hydration is fucking banging. Double buy going off right now, and here we are in pursuit. This should be a very easy kill. I respect the effort. I really do. I truly do. But when you're in this situation, you get the double buy off. Instead of sitting here holding the doorway when you know there's going to be multiple enemies to fight, break away. You just got a double buyback. Your teammates are coming back. Y'all will be almost fully regained once they get their loadout. Why would you sit here and just commit yourself to death? It's going to be very hard for almost any player to sit here in 1v3, especially in a building. If you're going to take some shots, at least move around the door, work the windows, work the building, climb the rooftop, do something, keep your body moving. But if you're going to be planting yourself, just run the fuck away. Like that right there. So the moment we were laying prone, when he was sitting in this corner, he should just ran out the door. He should just ran out the door. It's not too late to bail out. But at this point, we have money now, right? We're pinging a lot of enemies. I like that. I like that too. Now we're gonna have a conversation. I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up, use whatever scope you want, but being an XRK professional like I am, I highly recommend the sniper scope. And the reason being is because it's very hard. If you look at this crosshair, right? And you look at his head, it's the same size. It's actually probably a little bit bigger. The problem I have with this scope and a lot of other scopes people are using in their meta builds, as goated as a lot of these guys are, it's harder to line up these scopes at range with the player's head. And you might be thinking, Savage, the maximum range is 70. True, but sometimes you can utilize this gun at range, get a double headshot and get that knock, right? Or even a close range distance like this. At least you have a little bit more zoom, a fine optic, meaning just a point. You line up with his face, you pull the trigger. It's a lot easier instead of trying to get this whole thing around his head. Maybe it's just personal experience. Maybe I'm just ass with it. But if you are struggling with the scope, try something different. All right, so I'm assuming the guys we just killed were both the players that got bought back, decided to land over here and la-di-da. And look, I'm all for landing on your shit for sure. But if there's a full team there and they're still there, I'm going somewhere else. So right now we have a guy on the rooftop. We saw him when we rounded the corner of the building. This is a whole nother team. This is a whole nother squad. They're split off. Clearly the guy that killed Yellow split off. He's split off and there's a third somewhere as well. So as you're rounding these corners and playing this fight, make sure you're paying attention to everything around you, AKA the sniper that could possibly pop your fucking head off. Honestly, an enemy did good in that fight, working a lot of movement. I think Guap relies on drop shotting a little too much. There are a lot of instances where you definitely should. I usually only drop shot if I'm inside or if it's a definite 1v1. There are some variables, but again, just work in cover, work in concealment. It's just as good as drop shotting, but in a lot of fights, it's probably a lot better. But again, like I was saying earlier, we have money, so we need to get a UAV up. Although at this point here, we have a plate box. I don't know what the munitions are like. So this is basically a regain. We get our teammate back, make sure he's got everything he needs, pick up that portable for sure. I don't know if I throw that portable right now. You just clean up a fight, brother. There shouldn't be anyone else near you. Definitely a little too focused on our loot. Remember, our teammate died here, so there's really no reason for us to ping his shit. If he asks, fine, but again, we need to be focused on everything around us. We're on the edge of the gas. We got zip line next to us. We got a buy station next to us. We've just gotten 2 different fights, and there's a lot of shit going around us. We hear gunshots in the distance that way, gunshots in the distance this way. We have smoke grenades going out. So again, instead of living in the loot, helping your teammate find his shit when he should just find it anyway, start helping your other teammate survive and clear the area around you so that another team can't push your shit in. I'd go for the rooftop jump right here, or not. Good shots, good shots, good shots. Gotta watch that left-hand side because he can round out that building and kill you. Now there's 2 enemies in there. 2 different skins, 2 enemies, maybe more. Yellow diving into his imminent death right there. That's unfortunate for your boy. All right, now that he's dead, we need to regain, right? This is a hectic area. We've now been in 4 fights, and again, I still hear gunshots over by the mountains to the left-hand side while we started that fight with the guy in the building. So we need to be careful. Here we are again, once again, going for loot. We do have a teammate down. Throw the smoke instantly. I'm not sure why we hesitate to look for loot. Throw the smoke. If your teammate goes down, guess what? Throw the smoke, right? You want to protect him from shit like this. Also, on top of that, your boy just got sniped. Why don't you get out of this area? Oh, are you curious what happened? Well, I'll show you right there, right? Pay attention to everything going on around you. Maybe my eyes are different. I'm blind as shit. And somehow I can see tracers and movement and things like that. Just notice what's going on. Be more observant. Maybe it's the training I've been through, but observation is key in any kind of multiplayer setting. But also your boy got sniped, so let's get the hell out of the open. Okay. Or we could just eat that shit.
Like Kobayashi.
All right, but this team really just capitalized on that team because even though they handled 4 teams or 3 teams in total, they ended up collapsing to these guys because they got so overwhelmed, they stopped thinking. The moment that fight was over, again, his teammate should have threw the smoke. He should have went for the res in the smoke and smoked himself back to safety. But instead, he stared at his dead teammate's body. But instead, he doubled back to the loot, stared at his dead teammate's body, and got clapped in the face. It is what it is. But again, these guys just had a situation where they clapped the dude in the face in this position. But here we are, sitting in the open, no cover, no concealment. Again, I think the other team we were spectating is way better than these guys. But these guys, even though being less skilled, took advantage of a mistake that they made. Hence why a lot of these videos I post, I truly believe you guys need to watch because it will point out mistakes that you're probably making. But with saying that, as you're playing the game, notice the mistakes of enemies you're killing. That way you don't make those in turn. And these guys clearly are not doing that. But we're probably gonna need to rotate more to the south, more to the hill. So we have the zip line. I would start thinking about taking the zip. Don't shoot that bitch. You might need it. Oh my snipes. This team is going to, team's gonna struggle. Team's gonna struggle. They're playing together, so you gotta give them credit there. We've got 35 seconds to figure out where the hell we wanna be. And again, I think I'd want to be more towards the hill. I wanna be on the high ground for many, many reasons. One, if the high ground's not favored and you have to jump off, it's an easy rotation. If you decide to play on this side and the last zone favors the hill and you gotta walk up the hill, you're in a very bad spot. It's harder to go from low ground to high ground than high ground to low ground, which is why when it comes to end game, if there's ever a little bit of high ground left in that last zone, I'm going to take it. And here we are loadout camping, our own loadout, mind you. All right, so the zip line's now gone. We've wasted a lot of time. We've wasted a lot of rotation possibilities, and now yellow's pissing off the world. So here's the problem with shooting in this point. We need to get a spot. We need to get a position. We need to make a home. The problem is there's going to be a lot of teams left, clearly 6. And the guys on the hill who probably have the best position in my eyes, they're going to now know exactly where we're at. So I'm not really a fan of us taking shots, mostly just because even if we get a knock, they're going to fall back and res and plate up. And here we are again. We need to worry more about getting into a good position, right? We need to run to cover because if we go down, they're going to execute us. However, I'm going to give you guys an audible. If you need to push this building and if these guys are holding you, you don't have smokes and you're in a bad spot, then yeah, of course, take your pop shot, try to get that pick. It'll be crucial. Not only will he go down, but most likely a teammate will go down to res, and then it's a 3v1, and you guys can probably just push safely. But that's not the case right here. Just want to throw that out there if you guys are ever in that situation. But again, this is the zone I wanted you guys to look at right here. The high ground, 98% of the time is going to be favored. There are audibles for that, and those are in other videos. But I want to get here. One, we can clean up a lot of teams here. There's going to be a lot of fighting. It's a buy station, people going for regains, people camping the buy, and people just playing the edge and the fact that it's the only compound left. I would definitely want to go there and take advantage of that. Take the money, get UAVs and things like that. Also, I do respect that the entire team is rocking with snipers, but I would definitely want a teammate or two at least with an assault rifle. If a team pushes up our face, dude, the AMR9 is going to be all right, but I'd still want somebody with an AR. All right, now zone's rotated dead center. Some high ground still favored, so I like the fact we're rotating over here. That is a great decision. Good comms, good ping from green. To be 100. Now look, as we're pushing blue, we need to be worried about these guys here. That was unfortunate timing. There he is. As we're pushing blue ping, we need to be worrying about these guys as well. Good knock from our teammate. Oh, that was a nice pick, green. Now you got to be careful being under these things. This is stupid. I think the more tunnel vision on the fight currently at hand than really worrying about the other teams. Yeah, snipe. Get the hell out of there. And if you are down there and you get sniped at, smoke yourself. Also, our feet are vulnerable. Even though green's pushing this shit in, still don't risk it, bro. Get the hell out of there. Smoke yourself. Or you can smoke the loot. Crazy. Green's in the midst of it now. I'm not sure what we're smoking. He's using smokes. I'm not sure why. One, This hill we're about to jump down on, no one's got an angle on. And up here, there's no reason to go up there. I'm not really sure exactly what his mindset was. He comes back up here for some unknown reason, smokes the gas, and then jumps down. Not the hugest deal, but we might need those smokes later on. Also, enemy to the left-hand side.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. You're almost done.
Now, I don't use the BP, but that sideways can't bullshit, it seems a little questionable. I don't use it. Let me know if it's good or not. I don't know. I see that shit and I want to vomit. Maybe there might be a thing to it. I don't know. All right, but we now have a good position. So look at the zone here, dude. We can play this eagle, get height, and really just kind of put some pressure on the guys on the other side of the wall. Now, what is questionable is it's a 3v3v3, but I don't know what the other trio is. These guys are over here playing the wall. So that means, assuming they're not teaming or both those teams are blind, they should be fighting each other. So I'm assuming they're not over there. We know that the other enemy team isn't around here. So maybe they're under this little ledge right here. Maybe, I don't know. But just keep your eyes peeled. I'm kind of looking around, looking for the other squad right now. It's kicking in. Not really sure where they're at though. Real weird. Maybe floating in the sky, but I don't see how an entire team can float in the sky. It doesn't make any damn sense to me. So in this situation, if you're a good sniper, take your shots, man. Pop the enemy's heads off, do whatever you need to do. The problem is they're going to get down, they're going to get res. They're going to get down, they're going to get res. We don't have nades. We don't have anything to really push them with. And again, I don't know where this other squad's at, so I'm not really amped to push them if we get a knock. So what I would do, whether you're good or not, is just kind of keep peeking, make sure the enemies aren't pushing you. Maybe take a shot if someone's super vulnerable, but don't waste your plates, don't waste your ammo, don't waste your time. If you get knocked, your teammate gets knocked, and then it's a 3v1, they could push your shit on. So it's a little dangerous sitting here taking all these damn shots, especially when they can't hit any of them. Real questionable. I mean, look how small the zone is. Where are they? And if they were under us, these guys would have shot them. So where the hell is this trio? What is happening, bro? Good nade. I didn't realize he had nades. Nice Betty. The fuck? Wasted a lot of that gas mask for no reason. We might need that later on. I'm not really a fan of him going back and forth in there. Maybe throw it by the bus now that we have it, just in case they nade us. Enemies are pushing. Do your footsteps. And look, this is another problem too. We're blinding ourselves. So we have an entrance here. We have an entrance behind the bus right over here. You want to keep eyes on that because if the enemies come out this one and they push us, we're not going to see them until it's too late. And I understand not wanting to peek this side of the bus and get shots on them because then you're vulnerable on the side from here. But you can always peek the right side of the damn bus. There's a whole other side of the bus you can peek to get eyes on both of those. Oh, weird. Nope, we're not peeking it. Okay. I don't know what the hell Certify's doing. He loves throwing betties for no reason. All right, decent shot. Unfortunate. Nice shot again. Still a 3v3. Where the fuck is this team? Bro, I don't know where this team is. If they were floating in the sky, they'd be down by now. Dude, what? Yeah. There it goes. There it goes. Now it's a trio pushing our shit in, and here we are prone. Yikes. Yikes. And again, look at that, right? I told them, I was saying to play the bus to apply pressure and not let them escape. They didn't do that, so the enemies applied pressure and pushed us all the way back to the edge of the gas. Now a 3v2? Now a 2v2 fight. I have no clue where these dudes are at. You can float that long? What? What? And he's going in the gas for the buy. Can you buy that deep in gas? Because that buy station is not closed. That thing's on the edge of the zone. I don't think they win this game. It's going to be close. There's the flare. Dude, you can look how far that is, like on the coastline. That is far. Like, look how deep that is. Look at that. Crazy. There's no way they're winning this. It's impossible. It's impossible. Holy shit, bro. I always knew, like in the new Warzone, Warzone 3 compared to Warzone 2, you can go in the bot, you can go in the gas and buy. I didn't realize it was that deep. So guys, food for thought. New strategy unlocked. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.